Number one, I wouldn't last a day on Love and Hip Hop. I'm far from Love and Hip Hop. I think it's very funny how fans like to paint you into something that you're not. And I feel like a part of it is because I am a friend of the show, so you don't get to really see my life. You don't get to see who I am or where I come from, and so you just basically formulate an opinion about me based on these little edited pieces. And so, no, they're completely wrong about me. And oh, I kissed a girl on camera, and it's a problem, and they feel like it's ratchet. And it's a lot of different. I feel like very tight wad women, I guess, sitting behind their computers saying, oh, this is not what we want to see. But the reality is you don't even really see me in my life to even judge me, to even know who the hell I am as a person anyway. So I feel like I need to do a better job to show who I am outside of Mia and our friendship, because I started on as a friend of, and it's hard to kind of get away from something that you started as. So, if the show ever gave me the opportunity to show my life, I think a lot of people would have a different opinion about me. I am so many more things than what the show depicts of me. And, I get it. People only see what they see. So.
Well, I tried to let Sammie come on up and introduce the show, but I didn't give him the cue, so he didn't know. With that being said, welcome, darlings. Welcome, darlings, to a Thank You Thursday edition of the Married to Medicine Review. We are in, I was going to say negative, but I ain't going to say that. We are in, oh my God, the podcast listeners, oh my God. We are in No Chaserton. And I am the Duke of No Chaserton. I'm Chase. Hey there, Quante, I see you in the comments. I'm going to let up my royal court. Yeah, I'll let my royal court up. Hey there, Sammie.
Hello. I'm sorry. I'm here. I'm yes. Texting tonight, so we're going to have to do that.
Listen, I need you guys to remind me at 8 o'clock to take my medicine, okay? And when she becomes available, Jasmine will be up on the stage with us as well. She's all right. Well, there we have it. Hey, Jasmine.
Okay.
I'm gonna let her answer right now.
Okay, wait a minute. Hello, you guys.
Hello.
Sorry, I don't have a wig or anything. I'm just on spring break, so because I'm a teacher.
It's okay, darling. I am the Duke, and you two are the just the mere.
Duchess.
No, ma'am.
Countess.
You have to be dressed to get that. So you get
dressed.
You're the Peopleston. Thank you so much. But what we're going to go ahead and do is give you the Married to Medicine review that we normally give you on Tuesdays. I am fighting, whatever's going on in the air. I don't want to speak for anyone else, but I think there may be another person on the panel battling that as well. And we're going to do for you. And we want to thank you guys for rocking with us, supporting us on Thursday evening, and coming on in the room. We do appreciate it. Hey, love. Hey there, Quante. Hey there, Zoel. And everybody watching on Facebook as well as watching on X. We appreciate y'all. We're going to give y'all the Married to Medicine review, and the way that the three of us give it,
there's nothing else.
I just don't know what to say.
Ain't that right, Sammie?
Hey, Tasha.
That's right.
Yes, Wig, get into it, okay? Because this is Chaserton. No Chaserton.
Okay, I wish you would have had your whistle, but I know you're not a ref, but I still wish that you would have had your whistle.
Did I have a blow the whistle?
You blew the
I don't
whistle.
think they was doing all that back then.
I mean, beep beep horses. You never know. Beep beep. You didn't watch Bridgerton like I did. It's fine.
But you
I didn't
know,
watch the Charlotte one, the
I'll
Henry
be able
one.
to look up. I'll be able to look up Bridgerton because Toya says it's based off a true story.
Well, let me ask you. I'm so glad you brought that up because Queen Charlotte was black. Now I don't know that you is very smart, but Queen Charlotte was a mulatto. I am really good at history, and as soon as I watched Bridgerton, I looked it up and I got deep into it. She was a mulatto. A lot of the people.
I don't know if we can say that. She was big.
I mean, that's just how that's what they described her as. Like when you read up.
All right.
It's not meant to be. It's not meant. Just telling you the historical thing.
No, okay. I'm just checking. That's all I got to check.
Oh, okay. But she was a mulatto, and of course, like people had just like how it's loosely based. I mean, of course, black people weren't in the royal courts and things like courts and things like that. But her being there, it definitely stirred a lot of things up. The king was mad and stuff like that. So Eugene was incorrect until he was correct for once. I just wanted to let you know, honey, I'm a historian. I'm not a revisionist, but I am a historian. Thank you.
You know what pisses me off about that? People who always think they right always think they right, girl.
I think what was more upsetting was Toya didn't know she was right because she's so used to being wrong.
Exactly. I was like, Toya, stand on that.
Stop letting that make you small.
Right. But I mean, I really enjoyed that history. I love watching movies in that Victorian time. That's just like a little tidbit about Miss Hall. But I do teach science, but I am really into history too. So
all right, well, we're going to go ahead and report the history as Bravo has given it to us for the Real Housewives, for the Married to Medicine finale. And we're going to just discuss some things that's going around on social media as well regarding what people feel like should be done with the cast. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. Make sure that you guys like the video. So like the video, subscribe to the channel, press follow wherever you're watching. If you're watching on X, follow at NoChaser_TV, like the videos, and comment wherever you're at. We'll read the comments out, sure as we can see them. So that's a maybe. As well as to those listeners on No Chaser TV, the podcast with Chase Brown. So what you guys heard at the beginning was an excerpt of my interview. The full interviews are out now with the ladies of the Real Housewives of Potomac, as well as a bonus edition of What the People Said, which is the street series that we do, and we do the street interviews. So there's some street interviews on there as well. It's a quick listen. It's about 20 minutes. Go to wherever you get your podcast at, on Spotify, Apple, and if Google has podcasts, I'm not trying to be funny, not Google, but Android podcasts, whatever it's called. Go over there and get that, listen to it, run it up, and in 24 hours, the full interviews will be able to be watched on all No Chaser TV socials. But for the first 24 hours, you have to go to the podcast to listen to them exclusively. You heard Jacqueline say that she didn't live, but y'all saying that she was Love of Hip Hop, i.e. ghetto, and she has more to offer than just being Mia's sidekick. Did anyone have any opinions of that if y'all were listening?
I was listening. I didn't know what the hell was going on. I was finna log out. I thought I was on the wrong screen. But I will say she got. I hope that if Bravo was listening, I hope they weren't, because we don't want her to come back and show us anything else. At least I know. I've seen all I would like to see, and I don't even watch Love and Hip Hop, but I don't even care to see her to take it over there. Just go.
I don't.
We're not gonna build any relationships. Go ahead, Jasmine.
I don't particularly think I don't think I've ever called her ghetto. I think I have called her musty. Outside of that, and I'm saying,
we literally just had a talk.
And can I finish? Because I was going somewhere with that.
Okay.
I was just saying I had called her musty because of the thing in Miami. It was just
she was musty in Miami.
Okay, so it was just because it was out there, but it was just a joke. It was just no lighthearted. But I don't think I've called her ghetto because I don't think she's ghetto. I think that she's a bit tactless with things that she has done. But I don't get ghetto from her, even though I just don't like the word ghetto like that. So, but
y'all know how I feel about that word. I don't try to use it. I don't like it. I don't live for it because it makes the ghetto. It gives the ghetto a negative connotation, and I don't appreciate that. And most especially with the way people have demonized the word woke and et cetera and et cetera and et cetera. People associate the ghetto with black people, and then they associate that with being a negative thing. And so, the projects is one thing, the ghetto is another thing. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, we can go down that ecosystem. I'm not going to do it, but I did want to ask her because that was the overwhelming sentiment amongst the majority of the Real Housewives of Potomac watchers. And so I figured it would take it upon myself to ask her and not be no scaredy cat. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah, I've never called her ghetto. I mean, but I do think she has done some tacky things. But I think she's a beautiful girl. She looks beautiful pregnant. And I just think that maybe if she didn't do a lot of those grandiose tacky things, that maybe people would enjoy her a little bit more.
She wasn't herself. Like when we first met her, she was lovable. And at this last season, it was like, girl, what are you doing? So it's just like,
well, lovable is a stretch for me because of the Mia thing. I just think that if she wasn't connected to me, which I know was hard to do because they've been on each other for a long time, I think that we would have been able to separate her from Mia also doing tacky things as well. So I think the double tacky is what got her called those things. Plus without the deodorant thing, it just seems like she just like with the whole Karen was saying she bought clothes from Shein and stuff like that. And I mean. I don't have no. Listen.
I got some cute stuff from. Well,
okay. Listen,
I was gonna let
you things for she got
because I got a nice little jacket. And a little bit of my homecoming stuff was from maybe from Shein. But outside of that, I just think that she looks just sometimes disheveled. But she's a beautiful girl.
All right. Well, we're gonna move on to American Medicine before the audience also gets confused, like Sammie did at the beginning. So let's go ahead and start. With the beginning of the episode, as Toya is planning a party, and Quad and King RSVP, but T and Greg did not. Greg tells Sweet T that he has been so hurt by the group lately, and T says that she isn't ever going to beg to be a part of anybody's friendship group. She doesn't feel connected with at the moment, most especially. She feels that she is being treated unfairly, and she says that the group is blaming her for her husband's decisions and taking it out on the both of them. Greg says that everyone is pressuring him to drop charges, and he feels indifferent about whether or not he should stay or leave the group as is. He says that they're the only ones who is putting in effort with the group, meaning that Letitia and Greg are the only ones putting in effort to mend the friendship issues that they're having within the group, though they didn't even put in the effort to RSVP.
What?
I'm just saying. Not double. Okay. Y'all don't let me forget 8:00. Okay. Toya thought Bridgerton was based off of a true story, as we mentioned earlier, and it may have been, according to Jasmine. Now Toya has staggered the times to make sure that the warring factions plus Dr. Heavily, who this has absolutely nothing to do with, don't cross paths. So we'll get Sweet Tea and Greg first for the cocktail hour, and then for the main event, the real party, the real deal, Holyfield, we'll get Quad and King, accompanied by Dr. Heavily and Dr. Damon, who this has nothing to do with. Let me go ahead and wrap it up before I give it to you. Okay, I'm gonna give it to you. I just want to push through the first half of this part of the episode. King thinks it's disappointing another black man would attempt to put charges on another black man. Quad appreciates Toya for bending over backwards. Ooh. And Quad has no desire to be with the Lunsfords ever again. All right, go ahead. What were you going to say, Jasmine?
I wasn't.
Was that you or was that Sammie? I'm sorry, I can't see the screen. I thought somebody was going to speak, but please speak, Jasmine. What did you think about the beginning?
I think it's always good to hear, both sides of things. So I was okay with listening to Greg and Sweet Tea talk at the table. I don't have a problem with the couple, so I know a lot of people do. I don't know about the the quad thing, not want to be around them, because it just seems like she's like pulling the card of like, okay, well, it's like Toya said at the end. I know we're not going there, but she's wanting people to choose. So I think there's a lack of accountability, and a lot of people are saying there's a lack of accountability with Greg. But I think it's very much on both sides. I think that it's also weird for Quad to not want to be around them when she did come uninvited to her bachelorette party. She's came back to the show. She wanted to be on the trip around her, and even on that trip. I mean, on the trip to. I think they went to California last year. I forgot, but in this trip, so I just think that it can't go like Quad is not the center of the show to me, and for her to kind of put her foot down on something like that when it is a show, and she's not married to Madison anymore. I think that's just kind of just like who Quad is to me, and I think that's why I just she puts a bad taste in my mouth sometimes. So.
I'm gonna keep it brief because a lot of the stuff that I want to say now kind of tailors towards the end of the episode. I don't know. I watched the Peacock version. I didn't see any effort. I don't know. I know Greg's a doctor. Maybe we have a different definition of effort because I didn't see him placing any effort into making it better, especially when he was the one that did the attempted charges. I will say, even though I'll probably reiterate later on, I thought it was trash that Toya and Eugene had to give segments, to celebrate their anniversary to cater to Quad or Greg. I thought that was kind of just very immature. I'm surprised Toya did it, but then again, it's Toya, which is why it also becomes confusing. And I see why Quad is now saying, because at first it was, I don't care, do what you want to do. If it's her, it's her. If it's me, it's me. But because they sit in her house and they had that conversation and they made her comfortable with, it's you, Quad, we want you here. So now she's like, okay, well, cool. I don't want to have to be around them. Which was like, why did we even have to have them at the party if that's where Toya was coming from last episode? So it's just, I don't know, it's kind of just, they've all gotten on my nerves at this point this season. I have more to say closer to the end because I don't want to jump ahead and I don't want to repeat myself. But it's just, at this point, it's looking very ignorant on both parts for several different reasons.
I agree. Everybody getting on my damn nerves. Can you hear me? I agree. Everybody getting on my damn nerves. That's where I'm at with it. Everybody up for chops. That's where I'm at with it. Anybody could get it. Only person safe right now is Toya, and she treading on thin ice with this will I won't tie. You is or you ain't. You do or you don't. You will or you won't. Okay? You're going to hold them out or you're not. I'm getting sick of the bullshit. And let me tell you something down there, Sean. Read this comment that Sean said for me, please, Jasmine.
Greg should have never came back. He is an abuser.
Well, you know what? Greg should have never came back. Okay.
Right.
You know who wanted Greg back? The cast wanted Greg back. The production company. He had to go through the product. He had to go through the cast. He had to go through the production company. Not even the production company. He had to go through Bravo, and then had to go through NBC. So, oh well.
Oh my goodness.
You know what I'm saying? People, y'all got to understand this. Just not like, hey, we want you on the show. I can invite you to anything, and they will do you like they did Sharice for 5 seasons straight, chop you out of it.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm even with all this being done now, even with Greg's own words, he shouldn't have came back. So I'm gonna agree with Sean.
Well, I'm not going to agree with her.
I'm not going to agree.
We're not going to say that one person, if they both hitting each other, that they're both abusers. So then both her and him should have been gone.
And this is all alleged because we have no.
And this is all alleged because nobody knows them and nobody was there.
That's true too. But if you hit me, I'm definitely gonna hit you back.
Well, I mean, but we weren't there, and that's just
we don't know who struck first, but we do. But from the sit down we had on season 4, it seemed very clear on who was the aggressor and who was.
Well, he was shaking and foaming at the baby, please. He was shaking and foaming at the mouth. So I do agree that he was outlandish with that. But again, I just don't.
Not even that. Look at him now.
Well, he can be verbally abusive, but if we're talking about physically abusive,
how does physical start?
I mean, listen, I do not know, but if somebody is using words, I don't utilize my physical my physical beings to respond to it. And
Is
to
that
me,
true?
I agree with that, but
that is
everybody,
very
everybody
true.
don't have that
I am
control.
a teacher. I do not.
Oh, yes, that's true.
physical
That's true.
Violence.
But
Yes.
That's true. We got to remember that nowadays.
Yes. Thank
okay. Well, back to my point. Back to my point. Quad and T, excuse me, not Tweet, but Quad and Greg are very outlandish.
Yeah, I agree.
There's someone who keeps trying to get me to play a clip from season 3, when Quad had that big old bandage on her face, even though she didn't get cut, and she wanted to press charges against Lisa Nicole, and Dr. G told her, "Girl, you're doing too much. Don't be pressing charges against Lisa Nicole." That goes to show you the level. I think it makes Greg like a hypocrite, but it also shows how over the top Quad is as well. And they both were very much over the top, and it's a pissing contest at this point.
Well, one of them actually got hit.
Well, for both of them,
one of them actually was assaulted.
Both of them got assaulted.
Okay, I guess I won't get my little solo moment.
Well, no, I'm just saying, both of them got assaulted. Now, let me tell you something, Sean. Hold on. Let me tell you something. Before we move on, nobody on this panel has said that it's okay for a man to hit a woman. That is exactly my point when it comes to making up things on your own. Nobody said that. Nobody's agreeing with that, and nobody's promoting that. So let's make sure that we're being respectful. Thank you.
Yeah, because I don't think it's ever okay.
Nobody said it.
Yeah, I don't think it's ever okay. But what I was trying to say was,
my bad. We're gonna say it. Sorry, Cindy.
I don't even give a damn. I just fuck it. Just fuck it. I just don't even know what I was gonna say no more. So as you guys see, we do have a lively group chat section. So if you guys are listening on No Chaser TV, the podcast with Chase Brown, we do these shows live, these reviews live at least, and we have a comment section. We routinely read out the comments, and the group chat, as we like to call them, we have a rapport because they've been with us for the last year and have been knowing us through other platforms for almost the last 5. So that's where we come from. And then people who watch us everywhere else know us from various multitudes of things that we've done over the years in the field. So if you hear us like talking to somebody, you're like, well, who is that? We don't know. That's who it is. But you can always also come over here onto the YouTube and watch the review live at any time that you want to. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and move on, even though I didn't get my thought out.
Holy moly.
Because I would have told them to kiss my ass. You come and you got some sense, or you leave. You come in peace, or you leave with the what?
I don't know.
You don't know that saying?
You say it one more time?
You come in peace or leave with the police.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You never heard that before?
Damn, Dr. G, no, I never heard that before.
For real?
I never heard
That's the indicator how other clubs were where I grew up at. I always said, you come in peace or leave with the police.
Dr. G is outrageous.
Well, that's all they like today?
Well, that's what you said.
No, but he called the police.
Oh, well, no. Oh, okay. Well, that's what they said in the clubs here when I was growing up. Like, baby, y'all come here acting a fool.
Oh, that's because y'all out there in Florida. Y'all was out there.
Yeah, you come out here acting a fool. You go.
You can just run home.
Locked up.
No, nobody. I've never done that again. I'm a teacher. So.
Okay, well, that's where I grew up. That's how we did it. So you come in peace or you leave with the police. That's just what that was. So I'm not staggering no time frames. I'm not doing all of that.
Right.
It's too much.
It's not even about y'all. And that is the issue I have with the majority of the cast. It's not even about you.
Oh. But you see how my issue is how they make it about them. I mean, I know we'll get to it later, but even at Toya's party, Simone just trying to captain everything. Bitch, get out the way and that Pete can see at the dress. Get out the way. This is Toya.
Did she go to Madonna yard sale and find that dress, by the way?
She probably got a heavenly garage. You know, she said she still got them dresses she couldn't sell at the beauty supply.
She probably, they do those mystery boxes, and that's what was in hers. Everyone arrives at Toya's event who are scheduled to be there at their times. T and Greg arrive, and Dr. Mimi says, here comes that 1-2 step of messiness. No, you the 1-2 step of messiness. Dr. Mimi don't sit right with me. And I'm glad that Sweet Tea exposed that they weren't friends, because she has not moved like a friend to Sweet Tea at all.
I told you that.
You ain't got to tell me what I already knew, because I agreed. Hey, ho. Why is she talking about what T wanted and all this stuff? Why you not asking T? Why you telling her in front of the ops? I don't like that. I don't like that. And then when everybody was praying in the prayer circle, she just was over here, but she wasn't praying.
Ooh. Well, she started it off. They're trying to ruin your covenant, and then you got the next scene where she's sitting with Toya at the dinner.
So she set the layup. She did the layup.
Yeah, like
the alley-oop. The alley-oop.
The alley-oop.
It's an alley-oop.
And I don't. When we say we don't like these people, I don't know her. I'm just saying I don't like that, and that's all I've gotten to see of her is the way that she's moved in relation to this Sweet Tea and Greg thing. And while I do think that some of her thoughts are not off, I do think that they have been disloyal. I do. And I also think, as fine as her husband is, he's been getting on my nerves, too. He got on my nerves trying to mediate the Greg and the king of it all. Like, I get it. I hate to be like that because it's not fair. It's like, make up your mind. What do you want, right? You want the new people to come in and be quiet and give nothing, or you want them to come in and have an opinion? I don't know. I just felt like it was heavy-handed on his end. He don't know these people like that.
But you know what? I appreciate it because at least somebody, all the other men just sit around and we just going to let
Well, Scott tried.
Well, Scott did a lot of things. He has. I was just going to say because.
And then you got Curtis trying to. Curtis, I just don't want to hear from you. I guess.
Wait, time out. Sammie, look
with his long chin. Well, I have a little bit of a long chin too, so I feel sometimes.
Well, no, but look what Scorpio is. That David? David?
Say David.
Who is David?
You know which David, Sammie?
David from the Lean David.
Yes.
I think I remember him too.
Yeah. Okay. Hey. Oh. Anyway.
Oh.
All right.
You okay, Sammie?
This damn puppy. That's why she just stressed me out, child. And she's bad as hell. I gotta watch her.
Okay. Ain't nobody told me it was 8:00.
Oh, take your medicine.
No, it's 8:02.
Oh, okay, well, take your medicine, baby.
All right, before I let you go, before I move, I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna let them talk about it. I'm gonna take my medicine, and hopefully I get a chance to get a word out.
Hopefully.
Oh, well, if not, I'll fix it.
Take me out. Time me out like I've done today. Put me in time out.
To me, it sounds like a drop.
Put me in time out. It is going around. The goalpost is always moving.
Oh, girl, go. Do you need to read the thing, or do you just?
Well, what you say it sounded like to you? A drop, baby. That's a
drop.
You almost took me out of here.
Girl, take that medicine. Well, you choking?
Oh.
I was coughing.
I thought that was like sexual. Sorry.
Yeah, what's that about?
Sorry, it's been.
Don't make me call Demisio.
Okay, honey, please.
Is he producing today?
No, he ain't at work.
Oh, don't do that because he's always very loyal. I love Demisio. That's my daughter.
All right.
That's my daughter.
That's your daughter. Yes.
That's my daughter.
There's a newsletter passed around the party. It wonders why Dr. Heavenly talks about everyone else's marriage, but never her own. It wonders why everyone who exiled Quad is now booty licking her and welcoming her back to the group with her new boyfriend just because they think he's cute and obsessing over her relationship with her ex-husband because they might think he's a little
Ooh.
It also wonders why ain't nobody said boo about Curtis putting his hands on yet another woman.
Okay.
Because he had his hands all around Dr. Heavenly Waist, so she ain't felt a bump like that since 79. I know that's right.
Heavenly Waist and Jackie's shoulder. I say, what is this?
That's nasty work. That's how they do it, though. They do it like that. They do it so you won't think because he had his hand on me and he had his hand on her. It was about me, no baby.
I think because he's tall, he just does. And I'm not. I know a lot of people. I know people in the comments said, "Oh, I'm gonna, But at the very end of the day, I really do think some of that is because he's tall and he just has long limbs. I really do. Because why would you be holding on heavily? I know it's a lot. She got some cushion, but I don't think it was for real like that.
Is Chase taking work control? Hey, love. No. Okay. All right, let's not get too cute. I'm taking this medicine so I can come up here and get y'all the damn show with the people. Now, excuse
it looks like
me.
You don't have any arms.
T doesn't own that she's behind the newsletter, and Jackie rips it up because it exposes yet again Her man don't give a damn about her.
Yeah.
I'll leave you guys to it. Please, Sammie.
Oh, well, shit.
Well, I gotta take my medicine.
What we talking about? The newsletter?
Yes.
The mystery report. First off, I rewatched the episode probably right before I hopped on. I didn't know that was Sweet Tea's doing. And I was listening to it and I was watching it and I was thinking, what the hell is this? This is not making any sense. But I thought it was like something from production or Toya did it. I didn't know that it was Sweet Tea. That was bold for you to already. You only can come for the cocktail hour, but you don't come and bring your little script. Yeah. It was cute. I mean, I got the idea. I wish she would have put a little bit. Maybe it was more in it that they didn't read, but I don't know what she was trying to accomplish with it though, especially with that group because she kind of did she want to just get the tea out there and just get him something to know about each other because they read it and it was kind of like okay. I wish she would have kind of maybe like reinforced something or brought up a conversation in regards to something she put in the pamphlet, like make them address they mess because they got mess. They got a lot of stuff going on, but then again, the two that she probably really wanted to get at weren't there yet. So that's probably another reason why she just let it ride. But I mean, it was a cute idea. I thought it was very cute. I do know if I was her grade, I would have one issue. Why the hell we got to come at the cocktail hour? We can't get no food. We can't come when you serve
okay,
that would have been my issue.
I felt that
would be my issue. But I mean, I will say it seems like she has finally understood like the girls are full of it. It just sucks that she did it so late in the game. Okay. It's because it seems like now she want to play, but girl, they didn't already came together and made a decision to do away with you. So you kind of just SOL at this point, I guess.
Yeah, in the comments, let me know if you are a Bridgerton fan. I just said earlier, I love Bridgerton. I've watched it all probably like 3 or 4 times, Queen Charlotte, all this stuff. So I was living for the fake Lady Whistledown. I was living for it. But I do agree, like I wish that if you gonna do it, baby, make it nasty. Give me some real juicy stuff in there, and then I would understand her not like taking a rap for it. You know what I'm saying? Kind of just letting it ride. But I mean that was some soft landing. You know what I'm saying? It didn't land for some. It landed for some. I liked it because of the theme going with Lady Whistledown and Bridgerton and stuff like that. It was a great idea, and it showed that she does have, I can see like a little spark of like messy in her, but like you said, it was kind of too late. Yeah, I just wish it just was a little bit more juicy, and I wish that she would have just hit them hard with it. So that's just my thoughts on it. But lady,
and even Simone made the comment talking about I would have made it a little bit more
mean.
More mean.
Yeah, I mean,
and just what you should ask me, what would you have changed?
Okay,
let me know what I should. Yeah, because what am I missing? That lets me know that y'all full of it. If you could have made it nastier, what's not in Simone?
I don't know what Simone would have made nasty because I mean, her like dress was horrible. So maybe if she would have taken that focus on her on that, maybe we might have believed her. But
Simone, enough of the BS with Simone in the clothes, because at this point, she has a really bad sense of fashion. Or she doing this shit intentionally to piss us off.
No, Toya made me cackle like I'm gonna spit out my drink when she said some people were ready for a quinceañera, some people were ready for Bridgerton. I was dying laughing because she looked a mess. She was just dressed for the room. I would have much rather that than what she did at the reunion. She could have pulled that back out at the reunion. Hell no! Because everybody would have said she was like she was going to a prom. Because I thought prom, but then when Toya said quinceañera, I cried. But
it gave me 80s.
Yeah, I mean it wasn't Bridgerton.
Yeah, it wasn't Bridgerton for sure.
Like when you used to TP the house. Well, not I never did it, but you would.
Wait, you talking about her
reunion dress? You TP the house and you got to pick it back up, and it's just all kind of matted and stuff. That's what her dress looked like. It looked like she saw, like she just had the material on, and when they got there, she saw quad shoulder. It was like, oh yeah, do that to me.
Ask material
to do it. It's so bad and it's ill fitting. The nude ain't even nude. It looked like one of the grandbabies made it.
Time out, Art World. I know that Art World has her own like book YouTube thing, doesn't she?
Booktube, yes.
Booktube, girl, read Bridgerton. It's some different stuff into it that it is showing on the show, but I think you would love the book. That was just my little plug. I saw her saying, talking about it. So,
and it's probably she ain't read it already.
Well, yeah, I'm surprised too. Like Bridgerton is great. So.
Well, just as an aside, well, not as an aside, but as I had left off, um, it's interesting to me, now doing No Chaser TV, the socials for it, and in conjunction with this platform, having to consume a lot of sweet tea content. She can read. Is just like
Slow.
No. Oh wow.
Delayed
No,
is
like
great.
not, I mean,
No,
not like I mean, like she got.
let me get out the dollar all wrong.
Not delayed, but like
get out.
it come later.
She can read in written form. She just is not a good like
verbal.
Yeah, because like she said that she was gonna go live and tell the yellow tooth. I said, oh.
Who was that for? Heavily?
That was for Toya.
Oh Lord.
Oh.
But some people are like
something
that.
else about somebody too. I said, oh.
Some people are like that. I'm better writing than I am going back and forth because I stutter a little bit like Sheree, and I just start to cuss you out like Heavenly a little bit. Like,
and that's what she does.
Yeah.
Dr. Jackie say, let it out, baby girl. What you got to say? Now, Dr. Jackie thought she was going to say, let me tell you where I disagree with you at. She said, fuck you, bitch! She got to go.
She's 3. She got 3.
I lived for that moment personally last season. Last time somebody just cussed her out to the white meat because Jackie get on my nerves.
To the white meat.
And I was saying that Dr. Simone dressed like she got it from 80s yard sale, but y'all went ahead and handled the look. Dr. Heavily said that her look, Dr. Simone's look at the reunion was indicative of why Cecil wants nothing to do with her. So.
Well, how would she know that if she wasn't alone, bundled up and covered up?
It takes one to know one.
Exactly.
Boom.
Exactly.
Maybe, allegedly, I don't know.
Lonely.
Oh Lord. All right. T and Greg's time frame is coming to a close, and of course, Contessa is in the corner trying to convince them to stay.
Oh Lord.
Somebody else out of bounds. Listen, I get what you're trying to do, but this is not your what moment. So you stop trying before you go with them, because that's the kind of girl I am. You want to convince them to stay, and I told you they can't stay past a certain amount, and they still came anyway, and they know they got to go. Don't you convince nobody to stay at my shit. If you want them to stay so bad, you go stay with them out the door. That's kind of girl. I'm sorry, I don't play that shit by my events. I'm sorry. It is what it is. Anyway,
I'm just so confused about that.
About what?
I just didn't know what did Toya want.
Oh yeah.
Nobody knows what anybody wants.
Yeah, that was great.
I think that's the problem, Sammie.
Because I know we're talking about it, but as she talked later, I'm like, girl, what do you want? What do you want?
Let me just tell y'all this quick thing. I was triggered by that stagger thing because I had a friend that would do that to me, and I can only imagine how you. Baby, go to hell. Laughing like that. No, I used to have a friend that did me like that. We're not friends no more, but I used to have this friend that would be like hold on. Sorry, I used to have this friend that like we had this like friend group, and like me and some of the people in the friend group, we were just not vibing no more. And it kind of happened like right after my mom died, and I was just like cutting everybody the fuck off. And literally, like she was still friends with them, but she would be like, okay, I'm having a birthday party. I'm gonna have them at my house pregame, and you can just meet us at the place. And I'm like, okay. Then we came to my birthday. She would like, happy birthday, but then she wouldn't post me. It was just like she was hiding her friendship with me sometimes. And I was like, girl, you're the one that calls me when you want to hang out, and you're the one that wants to tell me about how your man left you for somebody with dirty feet and stuff like that. Like she would utilize my friendship like because I was like closer to her than they were, but she also was trying to hide that she was friends with me because I wasn't in that friend group anymore. So
you know what that sounds like?
What?
When you said like hiding your friendship, I think that's how a lot of the group felt when it came to Quad.
Yes, when the sister circle stuff came, yeah.
And then Quad was surprised when she cut them out of the friend group.
When they cut her out.
When they cut her out of the friend group, excuse me.
Yeah. And now she wants to come back in. The thing was, I didn't want to come back in because I just understood. I think Sweet Tea should take her losses on that. Like whether I think that she's good for the show or not, but I understand how that feels. Now, listen, I wasn't worried about having friends because I had a lot of friends, but it was just this particular friend group, like doing somebody like that you talk to every day or that you really hang with and that you're really cool with. That's not really cool. And I don't think that Toya should have utilized her anniversary party to make that stand. She should have said, hey, this is for me and my husband. You're either going to come and act like you're civilized or you just don't come. And I just think that would have been a better look for her and a better look for the group. So
I'm gonna remind me not to forget to hold on to Dr. Heavenly a little bit tonight and don't let go, okay? Because I'm gonna forget doing this. You know I will.
I'm gonna remember.
Don't let me, please.
Yeah.
Because there's something I want to say about her. Don't
Okay.
let me forget. All right. Please don't let me forget. So contestants trying to convince Sweet Tea in the corner to stay, and Toya and Simone ain't having it. The men and Kieran, because he is not officially a part of this show, and we do not want Kieran and Anila back.
No, not without her teeth repaired. Yeah.
No, see, I think they repaired Jasmine, so you got to watch what you say. We don't want her back.
I don't want her back when it's fixed.
Oh, okay. Well, we just don't want her back. Period.
She can't come back. They talk Greg into meeting with King soon to squash this issue. Greg agrees that he can. I think now, everybody says stuff, right? Until it's time. Oh, I don't care. Like the kid who didn't want to go to college and now everybody getting accepted. I don't care.
What?
I want to go to college. You know what I mean? Oh, I don't care. I ain't got to go to the club. I can go to bed. You wake up at 11. You wake up at 9 o'clock.
You're ridiculous.
Then you wake up at 9:15.
You're ridiculous.
Then you wake up at 9:45.
Shake your wig. Shake your wig real quick.
Because that has never been me. Oh, I ain't got to go out tonight. I'm just go to bed. And every time
you see that one Instagram story. You see that one Instagram story, and it's time to get in the shower. Because
okay, all right.
Without me.
Not without me.
Not without me.
Never.
Exactly. And then guess where you end up?
At the club.
The bar. Yeah. And that's what Dr. Greg giving now. Oh, yeah. Now, I guess because the charges didn't get pressed, I guess you're no longer pressed and you want to keep your spot on the show. Catch. Well, Simone says that since Quad and Heavenly are coming, then Pete shouldn't even want to be there around them, right? And Sweet Tea says, no, I'll stay. And Toya says, no, the hell you won't.
No, for real, because Simone's little shoulder saying, you don't even want to, you wouldn't even want to be here. Right? I was hot.
Sweet Tea said, I had enough of y'all trying to reverse psychology me. No, I want to stay.
No,
I want to stay.
He say,
I'm okay with staying.
I actually would like to be here, man. Get your ass out this motherfucker. Security!
Get her out of here.
They not getting the damn in.
Pull the carriage up. Thank you. No, that was crazy. She wanted to stay, poor thing. Oh, I said the same thing where she really would stay. And Greg was like, I think this.
Yeah, now they want to work it out.
Greg wanted to stay too, but Greg know how to bow out gracefully.
Gracefully.
We're not going to look crazy. Let's go ahead and leave, baby.
It sounds like we're begging now.
One thing we're not going to do, we're going to press charges. We're going to start a fight and incite a riot.
No, you just said something about if you don't come in peace, you call the police now. I don't know.
What?
I'm just this scene that ending all of this was just like nerve wracking. It was just nerve wracking.
It just was like, what is happening? Right. Well, baby, I would have just said, yeah, just because you're trying to reverse psychology me into getting me to leave. You don't even want to be here with me. I would have said, I ain't the one who gave y'all the choice. She did. Why?
So that's my problem.
I ain't got to go.
And see, that's the problem. I think that was Toya's doing, but it kind of goes back to what you just said, like how hiding the friendship. They went in Quad's house and said, "We want you here, we want you." But now it's Greg them coming, so let's stand. Let's make Quad feel like we choosing her and she ain't got to be around them. But let's also still make them feel included. Like y'all just went at their girl house hugging and crying and saying, "We miss you and we need you."
Thank you. Do y'all think that it makes it better if Toya told them they were staggering first?
I'm sure that I think she told them that they knew, but
it don't make it no better.
She probably made it seem like she's just trying to do it for peace for her party, but they don't know that the Lusters don't know they was down in Quad House with all that crying and pleading and.
Let me tell you where they would have had me fucked up at. Okay, so we staggering. So what time I come? Ooh, girl, not the cocktail hour.
She should have been there.
On the mail, I ain't going.
Yeah, because I thought that, okay, so she's calling because Toya called down the court and stuff like that. Then really, it should have been the doctor. But that's just me. I would have wanted to be like, okay, but we can't come around that time. Can we come later? But I wanted to get a piece of the pig. I mean, I like a little swine.
Okay, even still now y'all have Dr. G saying we can work it out, we can figure it out. But you're making them leave at this point as a quad thing will come. So how do you expect for them to feel the next time they see one another for y'all to mediate the workout after you didn't basically made a choice that y'all can come and say hello, but when the party starts, y'all got to get the hell on. When we get to feeding and people are having the drinks, y'all got to go.
But ultimately, if we got to be fair all the way around, ultimately, these are the consequences of Dr. G's actions.
Because he said the police.
He chose to press them charges.
Okay, if we're going to say
press them charges. Well, I'm not going to hold on a second because I want to get it out. When you press those charges, you do inadvertently make people have to choose because the automatic thought is if charges are pressed, y'all can't be around each other. Y'all can't be in the same room. I feel that first of all, I think that it is highly hypocritical to make someone choose when you just got done boohoo crying after they voted you out. However, this situation is one that I'm kind of willing to let that happen, even though I don't want to see Sweet Tea go out this way, because it is weird, it is unnatural for an unhealthy divorced couple to be in the same group together. It is not going to coexist, and nobody is at fault solely. Everyone is at fault. So, I mean, if you want to look at it, Sweet Tea and Dr. G signed on thinking that Quad was getting the boot. So they messy. The girls was messy for wanting them back on the show. Quad was messy for acting like she can agree to deal with it. Then she got into that and she was trying to chug along. Everybody was saying stuff. Everybody was getting in both parties' ears. And now, because of the, all of this, I just feel like everybody here is dirty. I do. I don't like where it's at, but if I am being honest and authentically myself, I would no longer want to be in a friend group with my ex-husband who has pressed charges against my boyfriend as well as his new wife. I just wouldn't want to do that. I don't like it because I didn't like it when they did it to Mariah. Quad tried to do it with her and Lisa Nicole, and the group said, no, we're not going to do it. But she tried to pull it then with Lisa Nicole. She pulling it with Sweet Tea, and she was hurt when they pulled it with her. So I'm just being across the board. I don't like it, but do I understand it? I do.
I mean, I agree.
And I hate that.
I mean, I agree. Like, I also give kudos to Toya for saying in that moment of like, hey, don't choose me and all that stuff. And she's like, well, we've lost so
let me get to it.
Yeah, I was just I didn't know where we was at because we.
No, I get to.
Okay. Well, yeah. I agree on both sides. I agree.
I hate it though. I don't like
accountability.
I don't like it because, like I mentioned earlier in the recap, it's a pissing contest between two of the biggest divas on Married to Medicine. There have been some divas that we've had Mariah Huck, baby, the original Don Diva. Quad is a diva. And also Dr. G is a diva too. And we're having a diva off because Dr. G pressed them. Listen, I won't speak to whether or not he should or should not have pressed charges. That's his physical being. I don't see the need to press charges against somebody if they didn't touch you unless you was trying to be petty and send a shot and, send a shot. You get what I'm saying? Right. And Quad being so hurt that they voted her out, in turn, going ahead and doing the same thing to somebody else, while I feel like it's hypocritical, it is, figure something else out. Like, there have been times when the girls, remember, it was weird, but Nene and Kim didn't film at all for a very long time.
Right.
So you don't necessarily have to choose. You don't have to. Okay, well, I don't want to be around them. I guess we'll just do events with them and not. That's childish and it's stupid, but it's a result of everybody and the consequence of everybody's actions because we shouldn't have invited them here in the first place.
So can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think they would have just trucked along filming if charges weren't pressed? Is that when it became okay? So you gonna do all that?
That was their way to get them out. I think that they was over Sweet Tea regardless. But when Greg did it, it was like, oh, well, he pressed charges, so we don't know how they're gonna do it no way. So somebody gotta go.
But I'm saying, as far as like quad them, do you think that that was the like, okay, see, y'all, if you gonna take it that far, then I just don't want to be around you.
Yeah, I already had to work with him. I don't want to work with him.
Pull that card.
And now he tried to ruin my man's livelihood. No,
they was because in that room before they realized they left, they were just saying how the day was gonna be awkward, but they were willing to film. And till the police came apart, then it was like, okay, so now we ain't doing that.
Y'all really sitting there saying that Quad was waiting on. She was going to pull this card. To me, she's already.
It was eventually going to happen.
How so? If the police never got involved, what was she? She had already said she didn't like it. She had already made it very clear that she wasn't fond of what they did. So what card she had they gave her the card. You know what I'm saying? So she was already willing to deal with it because she already signed on.
Well, she had been angling for that all season. She had kind of been setting up.
Yes.
To get her out of there, right?
How so? Like, what do you mean?
Not inviting her to her event, even though she crashed the girl event, like stuff like that.
Are you talking about to get them off the show? Off the show.
Yes. She was already posturing like I don't want nothing to do with them.
And she's made it very clear, y'all, if you be in my shoes. And she said that before she knew about the charges. She was saying that before she knew about the charges. And I believe that.
She's been saying that's just last year at the reunion. But that's just like a common sense thing.
Right.
It is a common sense thing, but common sense also tells me that if I have to beg people who put me in these shoes to be in my shoes, I don't want to fuck with the motherfuckers who gave them to me in the first place. When are they gonna when is she gonna turn around and give it to them?
She ain't got the numbers to do that.
I don't care. You know what? I hate it, and it wasn't always smart, but I respect Mariah for standing on her business. She didn't have the numbers. And eventually, when she did get some numbers, it was too late. The deed was done. The fate was sealed. But I respect her for still calling a spade. And I just hate that I feel like Quad not standing on business. Everybody, if that's the case, all these motherfuckers need to go.
To me, when she told them we'll lose me, that was her standing on business. At this point, y'all, I'm not trying to tell you to make no choice, but what I'm telling you is I won't be a part of it. Do what you want.
That's telling me to make a choice. And they know
that's telling you that I'm not gonna be a part of it. Now you got to make your choice.
It's too late. You don't wait until somebody else to tell somebody to do some stuff like that. If the thing was
after you didn't press charges on my man, yes.
But she was already doing. She was already setting up for it, though. I'm gonna say what Antonio says all the time. She came in wrong. She should have came in being friends with Sweet Tea and being more. She should have came in and she should have been pleasant with Sweet Tea. Excuse me. She should have been more pleasant with Sweet Tea. And like Chase said, she should have came for the people that brought her there, heavily being enemy number one. Simone, because she was still hanging with Dr. Greg, taking pictures with them as a couple. And if she was really feeling that way, she should have came in doing that with the people that started that. And not being friends, but being pleasant and being able to come together. And then that whole thing wouldn't happen with the King thing.
Yeah, it would have, because when she did come in being pleasant and trying to play along, y'all said it was fake and she was full of shit for bringing the girl.
I don't know who said that, but I said that she was wrong for barging in on that girl's bachelorette party. I said she was wrong for getting those girls that she had brought to give out that party stuff and setting them up to call her old. I said that she's
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying that she's done a lot of things that leads me to say that she has not been pleasant to Sweet Tea. Now, do I think Sweet Tea has said some things? Yes. Do I think that some of them was warranted? Because do I think that she came in that way? No. Do I think that that Heavenly and them used her to get Quad out and to hurt Quad's feelings? Yes. And Quad is very smart, and she knew that. So I don't think she tried to be cool with Sweet Tea. I think that if you was trying to be cool with Sweet Tea, you would have asked her, could you come? You would have had a sit down with her, or whatever the case might be. If you was going to come to her bachelorette party, I'm sorry. That was not cool to me. So
that was her point. That was her bullet to them ladies. Sweet Tea was a what you call that, the ricochet, because she really came for Toya them to that bachelorette party. Sweet Tea just happened to get punched because it was her party. That was for Toya.
But even
Where's
then,
Squad? Where's Squad? Here I am.
Even then, Dr. Heaven was like, I'm so glad to see you. And she still didn't, but like, girl, no, you not.
Well, right. Why would you? No, now I'm finna play in y'all face. Now this is
Quad was coming to play in our face, but she let Heavenly play in her face again.
Exactly. If they're going, if she was
did what she did to keep her check.
Well, but and then just say that. We can say that. We can say that. Well, but that would be more real than saying that. Oh, she just came in to save to run down on Toya, and that could be very true. But at the same time, like I said, she didn't. The problem.
No, I'm referring to when she was being cool with Heavenly. She did that because she ain't had nobody on her side. So I got Phaedra. Come on, Heavenly. I got to do what I need to do to make sure I can stay. I
don't like it though. I don't. Yeah, that's fate to me.
Phaedra did invite Quad to that party, but again, Quad is smart. She did not have to go, or she could have asked that girl. That could have been a scene that was just for them two. I think that both of them went into it. If they would have went into it a different way, it would have turned out differently. And
also look at it from. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That wasn't the type of TV Pop was trying to give us.
not at all. But also look at it like this: if it's my bachelorette party, you coming in, don't use my event to try to stun on these hoes. Go figure out another event. Exactly. Go pop out a casket the next week, but don't.
She did pop out the casket. Okay,
and but I thought about Dr. Simone, right? I think that this is the source of some of her frustration because she was coming to stick it to Toya, right? Because Toya did not like her, of course, right? But Dr. Jackie was silent. It was out loud that Toya did not like her. And so Toya owed her no loyalty. And Toya was given that, pass or whatever aside. Dr. Heavenly immediately, sorry. Dr. Heavenly did what she wanted to do and then begged for forgiveness later, right? And the only person left holding the bag was Simone, like, no, we don't like you, and this is why we did it. And I will be frustrated with the other three ladies for leaving me hanging.
I agree. And I have something to say. Well, have you recapped the ending yet?
Let's do it. Okay. Let's do it. Rest in peace. Let's do it. But before we do it, make sure that you guys like, comment, and subscribe wherever you're watching. Follow us wherever you're watching. This week we had 20,000 on Facebook, y'all. That is a blessing. Thank you so much. This week we crossed over 500,000 likes on X. So not X, but
I feel like we did that.
No, not X. On TikTok. So thank you guys so much. And we crossed 2,000 on Instagram, which is the hardest nut to crack. So yay! And here we are always going to be here for the people down to the YouTube, and we'll be here, and there, and everywhere for you on No Chaser TV, the podcast with Chase Brown. Make sure that you guys, if you haven't already, go listen to the exclusive Real Housewives of Potomac interviews that I did with the ladies in Washington, D.C. on all of your podcast platforms. And go over there, give us 5 stars, leave comments, leave reviews. We need it. So do that, okay? So we can keep our contract, all right?
But be respectful.
All right.
Oh, God. Sorry.
All right. So this is the last scene. But we did really break that down because I just thought that, we needed to break that down because that was insane to be like, you don't want to be here, do you? Do you want to be here, man?
Do you? Never mind.
I ain't going nowhere. I would just put up a chair and wait that door for
I done got this Bridgerton costume on. You damn right I want to be here.
You know how long it took me to get this dress and
No, you remember when Tamar and Yana was talking? She was like, do you want to be here? She was like, do you? That is my favorite. Like I love that.
So disrespectful.
So disrespectful.
T and Greg say it may be best for them to take time away from the group as T wants to focus on having a baby. All right, the group does their royal introductions as well as Simone gushing over King, which is why I feel like that's what really got her vote. Because she saw him with that shirt off. Contessa and Simone tried to get Phaedra to show up, but Phaedra said, listen, I don't know why y'all keep coming to this door begging. I ain't got nothing for you. Okay?
I'm going back to Housewives. Who come to my house?
And baby, if you watch the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and then you watch immediately after Married to Medicine, I'm going to say it loud, and I don't care who like it. The Housewives of Atlanta make Married to Medicine like some damn old ladies.
They are.
They've always made them look like that.
They always made
even when they was the old ladies.
Wait, Sammy.
No, I'm serious.
Okay, the men tell King that Greg was willing to work out his issues with King, and Quad is not willing to do the same. Absolutely not. She's not going to do it. She can forgive, but she does not forget, and she does not want to move forward with the Lunsfords. Toya says Quad has asked her to choose between Sweet Tea and Quad says not to choose, but to put yourself in my shoes. Toya says we've lost too many people. Mariah!
Lisa Nicole.
This type of thinking. And Toya doesn't want to do that again. Quad says, then lose me. And steps back. Then lose me.
The stubbornness from Greg and Quad, they're both Tauruses. I forgot about you.
And divas and drama queens.
Okay, wait a minute.
Yeah, well, I don't know about it being a Taurus thing. I'm talking about
Oh, okay.
well, but then you just did that, so maybe well. Quad is kissing herself around her ex, and Heavenly says a man that allows another man to talk to his woman in that type of way is a bitch.
Ooh. You know how she
they tell Quad that King isn't innocent because he took the bait, and we wrap the episode out. We're going to go ahead and give thoughts. I'm going to open up phones, and we're going to go ahead and go because I am sick. Okay. Go ahead, Jasmine.
Oh,
Jasmine.
Well, I definitely agree with a lot of people have. Well, not. I really didn't like Lisa Nicole. I wasn't a fan.
Wait a minute.
I wasn't a fan of her on the show. I can tell that she's a good businesswoman, and she just had her own marital issues.
She is a good businesswoman because she hired me.
Well,
do you still work for her?
I'm an even better businessman because I don't.
Okay.
Great question. I love the interview. However, no, I was just saying. Oh,
she gonna get you when she come back.
I'm tired.
Anyway. I just didn't think she was just the best. I just didn't like her on the show like that. And then her husband stuff, like it was really stressing her out, and I could tell. But what I can say is I do agree with Toya on that. Like nobody's going to keep losing friends and having to add more people because Quad does not want them. And I think that's what Mariah was always saying, that she, a lot of people got mad at Mariah, saying that she was the star, whatever, the focal point of the show, whatever. But Quad has always wanted that title or gone for it, in my opinion. Now I have liked Quad. When she came on, I was a fan, like, okay, delusional, all that good stuff that she used to do, honey, read, honey, drunk boots. I loved Quad for all that. And what about your lesbian relationship, girl? I mean, that was funny. But I just don't think that the show should just revolve around her. Now, this is my square, and I care if you're married to medicine, especially if you're going to pull these types of things. Now, if she was not, then maybe I would feel that way. But I do think that I just feel like, there's they're wanting Greg to take a lot of accountability, and he should. But I feel like saying that your girl can say whatever they want, and that whole scene, the drunkenness, and him telling them, I think you should shut the F up. I think both of them owed each other an apology, and I think if they would have both kind of came down and did that, then I think that we wouldn't have went as far as King running after him, running away, and T running up, and then the prayer circle. All that stemmed from both of their egos, in my opinion. So I love the Bridgerton party. I love Bridgerton, as you can see. But I do think that making them choose again, if this was Quad's first time, maybe I would not feel, as adamant about it. But this is like the third, fourth time that she's made these types of grandstands when it comes to, okay, pick me, choose me, love me. Oh, I'm sorry, like Grey's Anatomy too. But that's how I feel about that. But I thought the season was cool. I thought it was overly produced. I do not think Heavenly should stay because of the homophobic comments that she made earlier this season. And I do think that Sweet Tea and Quad have they both are at a standstill. So it'd be good to see the reunion. That's me.
Okay, this is the scene where I was just like, y'all just back to the bullshit. Because I've already mentioned how they sat at Quad's house and they basically said, hey, we choose you. Then we go back to when they were still on their vacation and they sit on the beach and Toya said, hey, all this was wrong, but we've been wrong too. We've been mean girls because we should have never bought this man and his woman around you without considering how you would feel. To which they all agreed, I wouldn't want to be around no ex. Now here we are again at the party, y'all telling me, hey, we finna bring her back around. We need you to get on board. What do you bitches want? Y'all keep playing this game. It's y'all clearly are just for yourselves. And then you have them saying, Jackie, when she wouldn't want that woman Curtis was cheating on her around. But they can't get her no circle and say, hey, we need you to get on board with this. Simone, can Tammy come around? No, we can't get Simone in the circle and say, hey, we need you to get on board with this. Y'all are doing these things because y'all are picking for content. All the whole Quad and Greg have been divorced since what, season 4? If Greg was y'all's so-called friend, why was Quad the one to remain on the show when she was not medicine? Why was Greg not there? Y'all followed him on his new dating journey. Y'all did all these things because Noah should not revolve around Quad, but unfortunately for them, it does. Quad and Mariah were always the thorns to them because they did not understand how they were the doctors, they were the medicine. Toya felt like she was in the in crowd with them. How are Quad and Mariah the main girls? And that is why we are seeing what we're seeing with Simone at this point. Another thing that makes it very clear to me is Simone's reason for her jealousy. If you think about Tammy, when you have Toya on Quad ass, Eugene rides with Toya. Heavily and Damon just gonna do whatever his wife said because that's what it is. You got Cecil, who loves Quad no matter what. Simone could be screaming about her all up and down, but Cecil gonna ride with Quad because that's his little sister. And now you got him speaking out the whole, I'm riding with my wife now. I'm sick of this. I'm Team Simone. You should have been your damn wife. You should have been Team Simone. But now because everything is going so far, and Simone probably got on his ass after that reunion clip because it's very clear. So you saying, remember when before the season before, Greg them came, Simone posted that picture they were on a double date. She was like, yeah, y'all know what it is, and the hashtags and all that stuff. Hint to us that they were gonna bring Quad and Sweet Tea on the show. Greg and Sweet Tea on the show, which was clearly just to get in and antagonize Quad, and now she finally admits it. But it's like, what is your real issue with Quad? She's still envious that Quad is one on the show and that she still gets as much attention and love that she gets when she is not married to medicine. She ain't got the doctor's degree and all those things. It's simple jealousy. You know, it makes it makes it worse that Cecil loves Quad probably just the same that he loves Tammy. Regardless, I'm not going against them for you, Simone. And that's why she be so sick of damn Quad. That's why Cecil now has to come out and say, hey, I'm riding with my wife. I'm sick of all the jabs. You ain't sick of them damn jabs. You sick of her getting on your ass about it at the house. So now you got to take a public.
Biting them.
Yeah, like Chase. Now, see.
Yeah, you're right. No,
I didn't say that. But it's like she has no true reason to. Her and Quad were good all season. And now we get here to the reunion, and it's now you got what you got. That's what you get. That's why we was hanging out with. That's why we was hanging out with him and such. But she's also always preaching to Quad. You always going back. You always going back. So how long have you been holding on to that? You got what you got. That's what you get. You gave us your ass. That's why we was hanging with Greg. Simone is full of shit, and I am so glad that it's finally clear to a lot of people at this point. She's trash. Her fashion is trash. Her attitude is just. I used to love Simone. To see her be this person, her true colors to kind of finally be showing. It's like, damn, girl.
Well,
that was crazy.
Yeah, going back to that event where they said that we have all done mean things and we should have considered Quad's feelings before we brought them into this group. And don't bring no ex around me, and I wouldn't want an ex. That's why I hate this group. I cannot believe I'm going there. I loved Married to Medicine. I bled it. Okay. I even worked for it. I filmed it. I lived it. I love this group. I used to, because they play with everybody's lives but their own. Because you didn't think about Quad, but you also didn't think about T.R. Greg, right?
And those are your friends.
Because now you got to push them out. And now you're seeing that T is having feelings and emotions connected to it. And it's just, it's a hard watch. And I think that it's just incredibly tacky all the way around the board. I just think that this is tacky. However, it is called Married to Medicine. And the show's premise is centered around a sisterhood, a womanhood, and their ties to the medical community, right? So when I look at it from that standpoint, it matters not whether the group have been friends with Gregory throughout whether they picked up to be his friend again, just to spite Quad, it matters not. The premise is not, this is not love and marriage. So it's not couples. It is not Married to Medicine and we follow the men around. And the wives are the additions. It is a friend group of women that we follow around, a quote unquote friend group, but a group of women that we follow around, and they're tied to the medical community and to each other in Atlanta. And if that is what the show is, then Dr. G gotta go. Now Dr. G has to go. Sweet Tea don't have to go. But what Sweet Tea shot herself in the foot is, can she authentically, really and truly say she's even a friend of the show? No. She didn't secure the necessary friendship connections to make it so. And the friendship connections that she does have are not relevant enough to keep her in the friend group. You're a friend of the show. You're a friend of Contessa. And when she wake up tomorrow, she may change her mind about that because we don't see her do that all up through the season.
Oh my Lord.
So when I look at it and I analyze it and I say realistically who stays and who goes, then I look at it from a network standpoint. T and Quad have driven the force of this show. It is not fair, but for whatever the reason, Quad don't want to work with her. Y'all can't afford to lose Quad at this point. You can't. We've tried it. We've been there. I don't want another season of is Quad going to be a part of the group or is not. Quad, whatever it is, Quad is, to me, the way I justify Quad being married to medicine is that she was married to the medicine. That's just how I'm going to justify it. I'm not going to sit there and try to over rationalize it. Was she married to medicine? Yes. So that is her tie to the group. Now that's all I got. I get it. But she's not going anywhere, y'all. She's not. They tried to get rid of her twice. It didn't work. And then when they did get rid of her, the episodes that we watched, we kept hollering they were boring. So we got to be honest. I do think it's time for us to look at the rest of this friend group, and somebody's got to stay, somebody's got to go. Dr. Simone, it's time for her to walk fully into her villain era, and I would turn on if I was Simone, I would be coming for everybody's ass, Jackie and Heavenly included, because all four of us sat up here and orchestrated that, and I'm the only one left holding the bag because you won't hold your mouth, you won't open your mouth, Jackie. Heavenly, you got the hell out of Dodge. As soon as they got hot in the kitchen, you got out. As soon as it got, oh, I'm so happy to see you. Oh, girl, I just would never want to do that. Oh, girl, quiet. I ain't no booty licking. I ain't doing it. I'm sticking true to what was going on. We didn't like you then, and I don't like you now, and that's why they're here. Now, unfortunately for Simone, it won't really work because she don't like her like that neither. Being T. So she can't even jab her with that. So now T got to do her, Simone got to do her own dirty work. And Toya, as I've always said, if anybody, it wasn't right, but if anybody was justified to do what they did, it was Toya because the girl had Quad, they was going back and forth spreading really nasty rumors. Toya allegedly set up a needle to get robbed and all that shit. Like, it was just nasty. So when Toya was involved with it and it came out that she was involved, I was like, okay, next. I don't blame her. Next. Dirt for dirt, right? So when it comes to that, somebody's got to go. I thought that the homophobia stuff would be enough to get Heavenly out. I don't think so at this point. Yes. But I do think that she could be demoted.
I just don't want. I think she should take a year off.
I would love to take a year off from her because we have set up right here, right now, what they're setting up. But see, Toya is also angling to fight with Heavenly next year. So it's looking like it's going to be Simone. But then Toya coming for Simone. I don't know. It's just all everybody for themselves next year. Jackie can go, even though I thought that Dr. Mimi was flawed in how she moved in regards to Sweet Tea. Dr. Mimi can serve the Dr. Jackie purpose. So Dr. Jackie, Dr. Simone, Heavenly, I'm going to say Heavenly as a friend of, for me, Quad and Toya as the core. And then bring me like 3 to 4 new girls. We need new girls. We need some young girls. Yeah. We need some old girls, but we need some girls. Y'all need to look at whatever Atlanta did and say, we need to do this too because I can't take it anymore. And I really feel like that's too much of the group, to be honest. Like, this group has to be dismantled or this show is over. I would love to say Mariah. Y'all know I'm Team Huck all day, but I just don't see it.
At this point, they need to go ahead and bite the bullet. Bring it back. Let's go ahead and round. Let's clear up. Let's end that saga. They need to bite the bullet. And Simone really want to be a mean girl. Let her bring them around back and let them all play. Like they just need to go ahead and because they're sinking. They're sinking. The content is not. It's just get on everybody's damn nerves.
Dr. Heavenly, I would love for her to take a year off of Sammie and Jasmine because she has overly produced this show into oblivion.
Yeah.
And she's not the only one. Jackie has. All of them have done it. They're all responsible for this.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's responsible.
At least tell Heavenly she gotta stay off YouTube. You can't review the show no more or something because she just I think her overkill is when she gets online. That YouTube, that social media.
Well, she says it on the show too, though. I just don't think that she should do it because if you're gonna kick Kenya off for doing that, which was if that's what happened, it was warranted. Then it's all these things go together. She should have actually been reprimanded for calling Greg a pedo. Because that's just regardless of how you feel about things, you're all working in the medical field. So I just think that she lacks respect. And I think that if they're going to really rein her in and want her still around, they need to go ahead and give her some discipline. I thought what she said was nasty. Like, it was so nasty.
Look, I'm gay, so I'm going to tell you, I did not like it. I just don't see them doing it. So I'm coming with realism. Right. If I'm speaking based off of that, she should go.
I didn't know you were gay at all, actually.
Oh my God. No, you didn't know well, you would not have known that I'm all married.
Sorry.
But even outside of them comments heavily made, it's overkill.
It's a such thing as overexposure.
Overkill. And it draws some people into the show, but us that were already watching, it's like, oh bitch, enough. It makes you now when you watch the show, you just get annoyed with everything that's going on
because I'm over it, and I've never been on Married to Medicine. I am over it.
But I told you these last 2 seasons, I don't even know how you got me up here this season because I told you I was done with them, bro.
Because you want to see what happened with King and Quad on that beach.
And you like arguing with me, Sam.
Oh, I think that they did show me that trailer when they was fighting. I said, I'll come around there.
I'm coming to work.
I'll come around there. But even still, like, watch this. It's just like, okay, y'all, it's rinse and repeat. Y'all not rinsing this shit off good enough because it's just
not even being arranged.
On it, you see.
They shaking the wig out and putting it back on the head like I did.
Yeah, it's not. And this used to be one of Bravo's best shows.
It was the best.
With these new Atlanta girls, they better do something.
Baby, because Atlanta taking IT, baby, they're taking it.
They're taking it, honey. Who was that? EK? She's taking it, honey.
We're gonna go ahead and go. I just want to make sure I did address.
Well, wait. You said you was gonna drag heavily. Did you get her?
Oh yeah.
You was gonna hold on to her. I didn't want to miss that.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm so sick of heavily bullshit. I'm so sick of her playing at everybody's face, and I'm so sick of her getting away with the shit. It is ridiculous. It is asinine, and they look the worst for it. This had nothing to do with Dr. Heavenly, but she used this situation to get T and Greg out the door. Mm-hmm. I brought you in, I'll take you out. Well, if you brought them in, you need to leave with them. I don't like nothing about it. Like I had such a visceral reaction to her yelling in the background when Quad was saying her Quadisms and and a bitch is a man and a man is a bitch. Shut. I don't like saying that. I don't like saying that. But like, at what point is enough? Enough is enough. I don't like how they have played with people's lives. I don't like that shit like that. This show, these are the meanest, nastiest women on TV.
Oh, no.
That is low and vile.
I think Salt Lake City is kind of nasty.
I'm
standing on Married to Medicine.
I think because they Salt Lake City got some stuff going on, but they kind of like
it's goofy.
They manipulated, they gaslight. And I'm not saying she's slow, but they made us. They played with that girl to get.
She was purposely getting her shots, getting information, and weaponized the information within less than 30 minutes of the same episode. She has lost the plot.
Yeah.
And what a queen does, let me tell you what a queen do, right? What a reality TV queen does, and this is why I appreciate her contribution to reality television, but I can't say that she's a queen of it.
Who?
A queen, Dr. Heavenly. A queen
Ugly.
Does not set everybody else up to take the lead and sit back and watch. When it was time for Nene to run the Real Housewives of Atlanta, what Nene? Oh, Sheree gone, Kim gone, everybody gone.
Okay.
Ooh, I'll do it. I got it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what the girls who are the girls. Teresa said, oh, okay, Danielle stop gone. All right, Dina gone. Move. I'll do it. Those are reality TV queens, in my opinion. Those are the queen, the Mount Rushmore of reality television. But when you get up there, you set this shit up like you do. Well, bad, bro.
Oh,
That's not what a queen do. A queen say, move. Here go my storyline this season. I got it. That's what a queen does. That's a lead of a show.
She's a court jester.
Exactly. Everything for shits and giggles.
Fool.
And the joke is on you.
Shake your. Okay.
I'm so disappointed because she had
the potential.
promise.
Yeah.
And she used the cheap way out.
Yep.
You produced the last 2 seasons. You gotta take all of y'all have to take it, but you are the spokesperson. Excuse me, you're the spokesperson for it. Jackie sit back, but she had something to do with it. Toya had something to do with it, and so did Dr. Simone. But Dr. Heavenly, you're the spokesperson, and normally that's who gets the blame, okay? The spokesperson gets the blame for this. And the way that you're sitting and playing in everybody's face, you better be lucky everybody's scared or don't have just tired or what. Because there will be no way that I can't never get off a quiet neck about it, Sammie and Jasmine, because she cut her best friend off for less.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's just gonna never sit right with me. I just think this is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. I don't give a damn if she got
the same person to me.
Huh?
They were the same person to me.
Well, I mean, I get it, but she cut off.
Jacqueline and Mariah.
Mariah ain't do half of the
baby,
shit.
Mariah knew how to move. Mariah knew how to play the. Mariah knew how to produce.
Mariah has more class.
Yeah, all of those things.
Yeah. Ooh, he's sick. But yeah, I mean, is there anybody on the line?
Did we have any callers?
We do not. We're gonna go ahead and call it a night. I just took the liberty because we were talking about some stuff that everybody was talking about on social media. The people with the numbers were going up, so I figured we stay on a little bit longer. But that's it. What we got for you tonight. With that being said, thank you for joining us on a Thank You Thursday. That's what I call it. To make up for us not being here for you guys on Tuesday. Make sure that you guys go, please. Listen to No Chaser TV, the podcast with Chase Brown. The Real Housewives of An Evening with the Real Housewives of Potomac is streaming now, as well as some bonus episodes from the No Chaser TV archive. So some Married to Medicine episodes, some the new Atlanta episodes are up. There's the Housewives of New Jersey finale, Housewives of New York reviews are on there. Some just the really, popular reviews that we've done here on the channel from No Chaser TV. Make sure that you guys are following us on all of our socials. Thank you guys so much for all the success and the support. Jasmine and Sammie, thank you guys for coming in. Everybody in the group chat, love, Art World, Zoel. We have some new people, Sheree Monique. Hey, Sheree Monique. You may be here, but it's my first time kind of seeing you. Hey, Sheree, Scorpio, a.k.a. David, Sean, and anyone else who's here. We do greatly appreciate you guys for supporting us. We'll be back next week with the reunion review. And did you guys have anything else that you wanted to say before we call it a night?
We doing Bridgerton again for the reunion?
No, ma'am.
I'm not doing anything like that. So.
Well, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
She got something to do, baby.
Who said
grade them papers?
Well, I've already graded them. I graded them yesterday. I wasn't yawning or anything, so I'm okay. What about you, Sammie?
I don't have anything to do, honestly, and that is so amazing for me.
Go
I might take this dog out for a damn walk.
Go train him. Name him.
That's what we trying to do in this child.
Train him.
All right. Well, okay, Sutton. With that being said, thank you guys so much. Anyone who we missed, we apologize. Thank you for watching on Facebook and X, as well as YouTube. We love you guys down. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and do it. And we will see you next week for the rest Thank you guys so much. Have a great evening. And Lord Jesus, why I can't find the daggone thing to get up out of here?
Oh,
I can
Lord.
find mine. Bye.
It's just so ghetto. Ooh, no, I really can't find it. Oh, I know why. Yeah. Ooh, I'm joking. I'm joking.